Hello, today I want to talk about this knife that I just got recently for Christmas, namely the Böker Model 10 EDC. It's designed by Voorhies from Minnesota, and on the Böker website it says about him that his designs combine supreme elegance with uncompromising daily utility, and I think this describes quite perfectly this knife here. It's made in the Böker manufacture line, so this means it's made in Germany, and I think this is quite important because in the Plus series of Böker has some quality control issues sometimes, but I never had any problems with any of the manufacture series, which is made in Solingen, Germany. So this one is called the Model 10 EDC. There's also a Model 10 CG, which stands for collector's grade, which is basically the same knife, but only the handles are made of C-Tech with some metal bolsters. But also it's quite a bit more expensive. Namely, I got this one here, costed around 175 euros, whereas the CG version is at least 80 euros more expensive. But I figured, yeah, for everyday carry tasks, I want to have an everyday carry knife, so EDC model it is. So let's talk about the knife itself. Let's start with the blade. Maybe you can see it here. I don't know, sharpen, yeah. The blade steel. It's a bit confusing because I don't know if you can see it. It says here 154 CPM. So which is it? Is it 154 cm or CPM 154? But apparently it is the powder metallurgic version, so CPM 154, which is basically an upgrade over the regular version. And from my experience it's still a bit limited, but I would say that the edge holding is not necessarily better than the regular one, so it doesn't hold an edge longer, but it holds it better because it doesn't tend to be toothy, if you know what I mean. So it's quite a good, in my opinion, underrated blade steel, which I like. And the blade shape is some kind of modified Warncliffe. It's a deep hollow grind, which is not for everyone. So just saying, some people don't like hollow grind, especially on a fine, thin blade. So this is only 3 millimeters thick on the spine, combined with a very fine hollow grind blade. And also the tip, if you can see it here, yeah, the tip is also very fine and delicate. So this is not a knife for some heavy duty tasks, but if you want a pry bar, get a pry bar. This is a knife for cutting, and I like it for that. So overall it's more an elegant gentleman's type of knife, so not for some heavy duty tasks, as I said. The blade was not perfectly centered when it came to me, but I had to adjust it a little bit. But it's not a big deal, it took me a few seconds. Still not, yeah, no, it's okay. And the detent is relatively weak. It's not going to open accidentally, but just saying, some people don't like it, and I'll come back to that detent later. But for this knife it's okay, it's not going to open accidentally, and it helps in the smoothness department. And with this we come to the opening and locking mechanism. So as you can see here, it has a nail nick, so it's supposed to be opened like this with a nail nick, or because it's quite broad you can also pinch grip it and open it like that. But then I thought, weak detent, very smooth. Could it be? Yes, it could. You can actually open it one-handed. Due to the weak detent, enough surface area for your thumb, and very smooth pivot. Because it runs on ball bearings, but I'll come to that later. And also here it has a Linerlock, but there's no cutout on the side, like for instance on the Sage 1. So here you have a cutout, makes it easier to access. But on the other hand, it's more comfortable in the hand because there's no cutout here. So you just have to turn it around and that's it, no problem. Very easy, very smooth. So, as I said, it runs on a ball bearing system, which makes it very smooth. Extremely smooth, I'll show you. Almost completely falling down by gravity. And this is out of the box, I didn't lubricate it or anything. And now to the handles, made out of smooth G10, slightly contoured, which make it very comfortable in the hand. The handles are screwed by Torx screws. These are T6 here, and the pivot is, even though from afar it looks like a proprietary screw, it's actually in the middle is a T10 Torx. Yeah, but these two screws are not completely flush with the handles, so it's not a problem for ergonomics or anything. I'm just saying, just nitpicking, because I don't have any real complaints about this knife. Yeah, the liners themselves and the backspacer standoffs are all made out of titanium. So yeah, some people might think that the locking then would not be very durable because steel from the blade engaging a titanium lock. So yeah, I don't know, but this is not a flipper, so there's not much force involved when opening or locking the knife, so I don't think this will be an issue. Overall, the ergonomics are very good. Still a bit here. Even the pocket clip fits right in the hand. Only when you grab it really hard, you can see that the G10 goes only up until here, and underneath it, and in this lower section, the titanium liners are sticking out. So when you really grab it hard, yeah, it's a little bit, it's not really a hot spot, but you can slightly feel this section here. But overall, I would say that the ergonomics are really good. Back to the pocket clip. It's a really deep carry pocket clip, but it's only in one position, so you can not move it around anywhere. So that means tip up carry only. But for me this is the correct position anyway, so no problem there. So as I said, deep carry, but interesting though, I don't know if you can see it here. In this case, the pocket clip and also the screw which is attached to the clip and the scales are recessed into the handles. So when you put it in your pants, the pants won't snag onto the clip, which is nice. Yeah, now some comparisons. First of all, I would say that this is the Model 10, there's also a Model 13, which is basically this knife only with a flipper, but you cannot really, in my opinion at least, transfer this conclusion to the Model 13, because let's compare it here, the ZT-0450, which are basically the same size, and here you can see the flipper tab. So when you transfer it here, it means here around would be the flipper tab, so your hand would have to go a little bit lower. So I don't know how it would work with ergonomics then. And another aspect for the flipper, as I said, this is quite a weak detent and for flipper I would like to have a stronger detent to work really well with a flipping mechanism. But I don't know, maybe they adjusted the detent for this other model, but I cannot say because I only have this one. And some other comparisons here. You already saw the GTO 450, Sage 1, Benchmade Mini Group Tillion, and Line Steel TRE. So overall I would say the size and the functionality are great for everyday carry. It's an elegant, smooth, very useful for EDC tasks. The materials are decent if not good, and the production quality is on a really high level overall. So my final word is that this is a modern interpretation of a gentleman's folder. Thanks for watching.